Man, how y'all feeling? How y'all limbs? AC Lucky back with another video. You feel me? Let them say it on God. On me. You feel me? I'd like to thank y'all for watching this video. This video, we finna be going on a rant talking about XXXTENTACION. XXXTENTACION. You feel me? And by me just looking at this picture, X is communicating with me as we speak because he's still here, and I got a strong connection with spirit. I got a strong connection with my spirit. So these spirits contact me in the spiritual. I know these spirits. I know these souls. So when AC Lucky speak about certain things, I actually have facts. I'm saying is proof that I know these souls and spirits is proof. And I don't gotta prove myself to anybody. And I need you guys to listen. XXXTENTACION, he was a very popular artist. And he was murdered. He was sacrificed. He was betrayed. X was a very spiritual guy. Very spiritual. He knew a lot about the spiritual realm, the spiritual world. He knew a lot about astral projection. He knew a lot about communicating with spirits. Because us as spiritual beings, we communicate with spirits on a day-to-day basis. We communicate with spirits every second, every single day. If we want something, we attract something. If we want to communicate with a spirit, say for example, if I want to communicate with X, I have to contact his tribe. I have to contact the planet he is from. I have to contact it. Like when I communicate with Rashad Jamal, I contact his spirit. I contact this planet. I contact the lineage he is from. So his ancestors are connected to my ancestors. We are all connected and one. We are all connected through conscious. So you gotta understand how powerful you are. See, X, he was so powerful that these entities took his soul. They took his soul. They took advantage of XXXTENTACION. They took advantage of him. He was so brave. He did a lot for his people. He did a lot for his people. He sacrificed himself. X knew what he was doing. X knew how to draw in attention. X knew how to do a lot of things when it came to astrology. He knew his birth chart. So X was a reincarnated soul that came into this physical realm on a mission to raise the frequency. He knew he was a rapper, a singer. He knew he was a actor, because X is nothing but an actor. XXXTENTACION doesn't exist. His spirit exists. His soul exists, but the character in the Matrix doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. As Rashad Jamal, he doesn't exist. His spirit exists. His soul exists. These are high-ranked beings in the spiritual. These beings are still here on this planet. These beings are reincarnated again. You know these beings, like these beings reincarnate in different vessels. These beings can shapeshift into anything because they are ascended. They ascended their frequency. They master their frequency. They master their self in this lifetime. So every being that ascends, every being that choose to leave this realm ascends. They ascend into a higher being of spirituality, because you are a spiritual being. X teaches you that you are a spiritual being. X whole life teaches you that, because X is a character. X doesn't exist. This is not XXXTentacion. XXXTentacion doesn't exist. Rashad Jamal doesn't exist. It's just the identity that exists. That's their identity. They are reincarnated legendary people. So XXXTentacion wasn't XXXTentacion. XXXTentacion was reincarnated. He was a high ranked being that reincarnated in the physical. He knew what his job was. He knew that he had to sell his soul to get his message out there. That was on his contract. That was his contract. X is currently here right now. X is currently here right now. X never left. He's still here. He's still communicating with his fans. He's still dropping music. You know how many songs and shit they got of X? Like, they still use his conscience to make music. Rashad Jamal is still here. Even no matter what they do with the character, with the character Rashad Jamal, he is still here. Rashad Jamal is a high spiritual being, high ranked being in the spiritual. When you are a high ranked being in the spiritual, you can contact these spirits. You can contact them because we are one in conscience. We are one. We are one in the astrals. So when I communicate with X, he tells me these things to speak to the masses of people. He was sacrificed. He was set up. He was betrayed. He was hurt. He was so depressed that he hated himself. He hated the character X because they designed him as that. They built him up and took him down. He knew that wasn't his purpose. He knew his purpose wasn't to cause hatred. They wanted him to cause hatred. They wanted him to speak about certain things in his music to keep the frequency low. They wanted people to be in a mind controlling state. They wanted people to be stuck in that let's get drunk, let's have sex mindset. But X knew it was deeper than music. He knew the frequency of music. So when X started to tap into the frequencies of music and the beat and the sounds, he started to use his voice. He started to use his vocals to speak to the masses of people through music. He knew his fans was depressed. He knew his fans was geniuses because X is a genius. X is a character that was designed to be a genius. So everything X did was genius move. X knew how to play chess. He knew how to play chess. He knew how to play checkers. He knew how to play what's that game that you dropped like the four in a row. X knew how to play 4 in a row. He knew how to play these games. Life is just like those games I just mentioned. X was always popular his whole entire life. He was always popular, but he was always quiet. He was always quiet. He was always disconnected from family. He had no support from family. No support. He did lots of drugs. And by him tapping into these drugs, he tapped into his third eye. He started to see things through his third eye. He started to remember his past life. He knew he knew his spirit. He knew his soul. He was connected with his spirit. He was connected with his soul. He was connected with his ancestors very, very well. He knew that what he was here for was something big, a big purpose. As a reincarnated being, you know what you are here to do. As a reincarnated being, you know like you are somebody. You was famous before in the previous lifetime. X was famous before in a previous lifetime. X spirit was famous in the previous lifetime. You know who X is. You know who I am. We are reincarnated beings. We are millions of years old. X is millions of years old. X reincarnated through his son. X had a son. And X son is him. X son is him. That's his spirit. X spirit is everywhere. Rashad Jamal's spirit is everywhere. If you guys don't know who Rashad Jamal is a leader, a spiritual leader. And he's currently right now arrested, but Rashad Jamal is not arrested. His quote unquote his body is in the cage, but he's not there. Rashad Jamal been gone. Rashad Jamal is with the ancestors. Rashad Jamal is a spiritual being. He's high-ranked being. These are high-ranked beings in the spiritual, y'all. These beings communicate with us on a day-to-day basis. These beings manifest through other things and other objects to keep the message going. Our spirit manifests through people. My spirit will manifest through millions of beings of people. No matter what they do to you, your spirit will manifest through millions of beings of people, because that's how powerful you are. X spirit manifested through millions of beings of people. Rashad Jamal's spirit manifested through millions of beings of people. These characters was assassinated. They assassinated these characters. They assassinated Rashad Jamal. They assassinated XXXTENTACION. These are characters. These characters that they don't exist. They have no, these character identity. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a Rashad Jamal. There's no such thing as a XXXTENTACION, because these are high-rated spiritual beings. These high-rated spiritual beings are high-ranked, so they can shapeshift into anything. They can manifest through anything. They can come back if they want, if they choose to. That's what they do as high-rated spiritual beings. That's what we do. We manifest through anything. We can manifest into anything. We can manifest in your thoughts. We can manifest in your dreams. We can manifest into a dog, a cat. Like, we can manifest it into anything. That's what they fear. And that's what they feared of X. They feared of him manifesting into billions of millions of people, in which happened. They feared of Rashad Jamal manifesting through millions of billions of people, in which that happened. We are everything. We are one. X is still here. Rashad Jamal is still here. No matter what they do to you, you are still here. You are a high-ranked spiritual being. You will eternally be here. You are immortal. When you transcend, you don't die. You don't die. You never die. There's no such thing as death. Death is an illusion. The world is an illusion. So you can be a famous person right now, but you have no idea who you are. That's why you got to do soul searching. That's why you got to connect with the outside world, the real world, the spiritual world. You got to connect with the spiritual world within. And XXXTENTACION want me to say this. XXXTENTACION want me to say this. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's here. And they are using his conscience to make music. They are using his vocals to make music. They are using his notebooks. They are using his old notebooks, his old songs to make books, movies. They are using his name to promote a lot of things. And he wants to let the world know, like, he's back. He's here. And Rashad Jamal, he will always be here. He will always be here. He's doing his job. He's doing his job right now. Not the job you may think, but he's doing his job like in the spiritual. He's ringing in the spiritual. His name is ringing in the spiritual realm. I had a contact with Rashad Jamal's spirit, and it's like when I seen him in my dreams. I'm like, Rashad, I know you know me. I'm like, I know you know me, Rashad, and like I had multiple shit. I had multiple shit. I don't know how to say it, but I had multiple contacts with Rashad Jamal. I had multiple contacts with XXXTENTACION. I had multiple contacts with these beings. And when I seen Rashad Jamal, I'm like, bro, I know you remember me. And Rashad Jamal like, what planet are you from? And I just started to laugh. I'm like, bro, like, this is crazy because like we are actually talking to each other. You feel me? But what else you want me to say, Spirit? He was X was hurt. He was betrayed. He was just misunderstood. He wanted people to understand him. Like he was misunderstood. Like people have false perspective of X, of who he really was. X was a pure being that saved souls. He saved millions of souls in the spiritual. He is a high ranked spiritual being. He saves a lot of people. He's a superhuman. He was a superhuman that reincarnated again. And they took him down because he was so powerful. They took him down because he was so powerful, and he knew he was here to do something great. And like I said, he said he's coming back and he's here. That's all I'm hearing right now. He's coming back and he's here. Same for Rashad Jamal. He's coming back and he's here. No matter what they do with their characters, they will always be here. No matter what they do to our characters, we will always be here. Our spirit and soul is eternal, is immortal. I don't want to make this video too long. This was a very interesting video because these are nothing but facts. These are nothing but their spirits actually communicate with me to speak to the masses of people, and that's dope as fuck. Cause it's like, damn, like I have to be somebody important in the spiritual to even attain this type of information that I'm receiving. And I like to thank my ancestors. I like to thank Almighty God. I like to thank Almighty God, Chosen One. I like to thank my angelic beings and my angels protecting me as I make this video and tapping into their energy, because I am everything. X is me. Rashad Jamal is me. Rashad Jamal is you. X is you. Their spirit is so powerful, it manifests through millions and billions of people. AC Lucky signing out, you feel me?